She doesn't say a word she doesn't need to, because when a woman desires you and her body is craving your attention, she won't walk up and confess it. She won't spell it out in text. She won't even admit it to her best friend, but something changes something. You feel before you understand. It's the way she enters a room and suddenly seems more alive in your presence. It's the way her eyes land on you for a second, too long for them dart away like nothing happened, and it's the way she stands near you, not close enough to touch, but just close enough to tempt. She starts adjusting her hair when you're around. She smooths her clothes. She shifts her posture, not to be polite, not to be proper, but because a part of her, the part ruled by instinct, not logic, is screaming too. Be seen. You see, female desire isn't loud, it's quiet, it's calculated, and it's unspoken. Most men miss it. They're too distracted, too itchy, or too lost in their own fantasies to read what's right in front of them. But a stoic man, he watches, he notices, he never assumes. But he never ignores the energy. Becco's attraction isn't always in the words, it's in the distance. She closes the way she looks back over her shoulder with excuse she finds to stay just a little longer. And when a woman wants you to notice her body, she won't say it out loud. She let her hips do the talking. She'll let her touch accidentally brush yours. She'll let her lips move slowly, her laugh linger. Her silhouette soften under the weight of your attention, and if you miss it, she'll never give you a second chance. But if you catch it, if you're spin with masculine composure and stoic clarity, she'll never forget you. This isn't a game. This is biology, attraction, psychology, unfolding in silence. And today, I'm going to show you the hidden language women speak when they want to be noticed, said not with their words, but with their bodies. If you've ever felt that subtle heat between you and her, but weren't sure if it was real, this is your answer. Let's decode it right now. There's a certain kind of tension that doesn't come from conversation. It doesn't come from texting. It doesn't even come from physical touch. It's that kind of tension that sits in the air between two people, thick, silent, and magnetic. You feel her walk by you. You sense something shift. She doesn't touch you. She doesn't flirt, but you feel Harrods in the way she carries herself when you're around. The sudden awareness she has of her body, how she straightens her back, how she leans in ever so slightly, how her voice lowers, her eyes linger, her low stretches just a little longer than it needs to. She's not trying to be obvious. In fact, she may not even be doing it consciously, but her instincts are activate. Head bows when a woman wants a man to notice her body, not just her smile, not just her voice, but the feminine. For Trish embodies her mind doesn't act first, their body does. She starts communicating with it words through body language, grew space through stillness. And here's the thing, if you're not grounded in presence, if you don't understand how feminine attraction actually reveals itself, you'll miss it. You'll think she's just being polite. You'll second guess yourself. You left the room without ever knowing she wanted you to see her, to feel her, to be drawn to her, not because she said something seductive, but because her entire feminine essence was inviting you. Slit lion. This is what separates a reactive man from a stoic one. The reactive man chases validation. He waits for confirmation. He only responds to what's obvious. But the stoic man, he's still sharp. He's watching. He knows that desire doesn't always speak loudly. Sometimes it whispers, and when it does, it whispers through the curve of her spine, the movement of her hips, the gentle flick of her eyes. In this video, show you the exact signs a woman gives when she wants you to notice her body, and she's hoping you understand with it, needing to be told, because on SEO, learn to recognize these subtle signals. You'll stop chasing and start attracting effortless. Let's begin. Sign number 1, she stays close. Even when there's no logical reason to be near you, she doesn't need to be there. The room's big, there's plenty of space, but somehow she chooses spot right next to you, not too close-ended enough to trigger suspicion, but just enough that you can feel her heat, just enough that your senses sharpen. When she walks by, she doesn't speak. She doesn't ask for attention. She just hovers like a gravity, holding her in your orbit. This is instinctual intimacy. Her body is signaling, I'm here, I've made myself visible. Now, will you see me? And here's where 99% of men miss it. They expect her to make it obvious, but a woman who wants you to notice her body doesn't chase the position she offers. Subtle access she lets her presence whisper instead off-screen, because in her world proximity is power, and when she stays close for no clear reason, that reason is. You sign number 2, she begins adjusting her appearance. The moment you enter the room, it's reflex, not rehearsed you. Show up, and without even thinking, she touches. Her hair, she fixes her sleeve, she straightens her top, smooths her dress, checks her reflection in the black mirror of her phone screen. She's not doing it for the crowd, she's not doing it for herself, she's doing it because you just entered her emotional radar. Here's the deeper psychology. Women are biologically wired to present beauty when they feel desire. It's not always conscious, in fact. The more subtle it is, the more genuine. It tends to be this is your feminine instinct preparing for masculine gaze. She doesn't want to be obvious, but she doesn't want to be invisible either. She wants to be seen, but only by the man who matters. So when you walk in and she instinctively resets herself, she's not being polite. She's offering herself in pieces, hoping you'll pick up on the rhythm of her desire before she ever says a single word. Sign number 3. Her body language openly toward you, subtly and repeatedly. She's talking to her friends, laughing, looking round, but notice this, her knees point toward you, her shoulders stay aligned with your direction. When she tilts her head, her neck becomes exposed, most vulnerable part of her body. Her body might be engaged elsewhere, but hair energy keeps leaking back to you. This is called nonverbal orientation, in women only. Do it with men they feel safe with or drawn to, even if her words are saying nothing special. Her body is screaming, I'm facing you, I'm opening to you, I'm aligned with you. Her chest turns lightly in your direction. She leans in just a little more when you speak, and when someone interrupts the moment, she looks back at you like she doesn't want it to, and these are not random shifts. This is her body magnetizing to your presence. Not because she's trying to seduce you, but because you're already seducing her without even knowing it. Sign number 4. She touches you casually, lightly, but repeatedly. You hand her something. Her fingers graze yours. A second too long, you say something funny. She taps your shoulder, smiles, then stays closer than before. You stand side by side, your arms accidentally brush more than once, listening carefully. When a woman wants you to notice her body, she will create you opportunities for physical electricity. These aren't mistakes, they're tests of your awareness and your masculinity. She won't throw herself at you, she's not that obvious, but she initiates. Subtle touch as a way to feel you, not just physically energetic. How you know? Her simple touch is a question. Do you feel this too? Are you paying attention? Will you respond or retreat? If you lean in with confidence, she blooms. If you pull back with fear, she closes because her body wants a response, not a reaction. Sign number 5. Her entire representation changes, but only when she knows you'll be there. She was always beautiful, but now she's striking. Her outfit fits perfectly. Her makeup is softer, more detailed. Her scent floats in the air like a signal only meant for you. It's not an accident. She planned this when a woman wants your attention. Shadow scent always wears something revealing. Wears something rememberable, zooming that frames her body, not flaunts. And her fashion becomes a canvas. Your presence becomes the painting, and you are the only viewer that matters. She's not trying to impress the world. She's not dressing for validation. She's communicating through her body, and her style becomes her language. This is femininity in full bloom, and it doesn't chase it. Radiotessin number 6. Her movements become slower, smoother, and more feminine around you when she's with just friends or strangers. She's quick, sharp, efficient, but when she's around you, something shifts. She slows down her walk, becomes graceful. Her gestures soften, her laughter lingers, her voice lowers. She doesn't know she's doing it, but you feel it. The air changes, the pace slows, and suddenly everything about her is deliberate. This is her body responding to your masculine stillness. She's slipping into feminine rhythm. The energy of attraction, magnetism, and sensual awareness is no longer just being polite. She's Performing softness, a performance not for the crowd, but for the one man who has the power to feel her silence louder than any words. And if you see it, if you match it with stoic awareness and calm strength, she will never forget the way you made her. Feel seen, safe, desired, and understood now. That you've seen the signs now, that you understand how deeply and subtly women communicate. When they want you to notice them, here's the truth: most men will still miss it, not because the signals aren't there, but because they're too distracted by noise, too eager, too impatient, too focused on chasing approval rather than mastering presence about you. If you've made it this very hour, not like most men, you're becoming something more dangerous, more magnetic, more sovereign. And this is what Mac's difference. You don't react when she shows desire, you recognize it. You hold the tension, you lead with grounded energy. You allow her body to speak, and then you respond like a man who has nothing to prove, because when she feels seen, when she feels safe, when she feels your calm attention, noticing her without begging for her, that's when she melts. That's when she chases, that's when she gives herself to the man who never had to ask, because he already knew. So if you've ever doubted yourself, if you've ever second-guessed her intentions, if you've ever wondered if she wanted you, to notice now, and the next time you sense those subtle shifts, remember this desire doesn't always speak out loud. So many times it whispers through the body. Your job is simple: be the man who can hear it. If this hit deep, if you finally understand what you've been missing, then just click away like this video. So the algorithm keeps feeding you insights that most men will never receive. A subscribe to thought tiller and turn on the bell icon, because we drop high-value psychologically layered videos every single week, and trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Also, comment below, have you seen a woman show one of these signs to you before? You'll be surprised how many men have been blind to it for years until now. Welcome to the Brotherhood of Awareness. This is Thought Tiller, and we'll see you in the next.